Archangel Michael is warning you, stop right now. You're about to lose God's protection if you ignore this. You have only 10 seconds to hear His message. Those 10 seconds are not measured by any clock on earth. They are the heartbeat between safety and loss, the thin breath between mercy and consequence. I am speaking because heaven sees the storm already moving toward you. I am not sending this to frighten you but to wake you before the light around you fades. My child, you have walked close to the edge without realizing how fragile the covering has become. Every delay, every compromise, every whispered later has thinned the shield that once surrounded you. I, the Lord, have assigned Michael to stand beside you, sword drawn, wings stretched wide, holding back what seeks to devour you. But his strength is tied to your obedience, and your hesitation weakens what he can do. When you choose distraction over devotion, the covering trembles. When you treat conviction as inconvenience, the wall cracks. And when you silence my voice to chase what glitters, you invite the very darkness I died to save you from. Yet listen, I have not withdrawn. I am still here, still reaching, still calling your name through this message. Do you feel the heat behind these words? That warmth is my love burning through the veil. I am giving you one more chance, not because you deserve it, but because I cannot stop loving you. You think I warn only when angry, but I warn most when I am heartbroken. I see how close the enemy has crept, disguising destruction as opportunity, loneliness as freedom, bitterness as strength. Stop now, not tomorrow. Stop before the next choice seals what prayer cannot easily undo. The 10 seconds I spoke of are spiritual, the small window between conviction and resistance. If you harden your heart beyond that breath, heaven's armies will step back, honoring your will, and you will feel what life without covering truly means. I do not wish that for you. I want you hidden again under the shadow of my wings, safe where arrows cannot reach and lies cannot speak. Come back. Lay down the weapon of stubbornness. The path of, I know better, ends in silence where angels cannot sing. You have cried for breakthrough while holding on to what breaks you. Release it. The loss you fear is nothing compared to the loss of my presence. I have waited while you entertained voices that do not carry light. I have whispered through dreams, delayed plans, closed doors, all small warnings of what I now shout through Michael's trumpet. This is not random. This is rescue. The warning is proof that heaven still fights for you. The sword that flashes in Michael's hand is not against you, it is for you, cutting the cords that keep you bound to destruction. But he cannot strike what you protect. If you keep defending your compromise, even an archangel must lower his blade. Child, I remember when your worship was pure, when tears flowed easily and obedience cost you nothing. I long for that simplicity again. Return to it. Do not analyze this moment, respond to it. Delay is the language of defeat. I am offering you restoration that would take years to build if you would only surrender now. The war over you is fierce because your destiny threatens darkness itself. That is why deception has been tailored so personally to your weakness. Look around, the distractions, the endless scrolling, the comparisons, the quiet envy, these are the nets around your wings. I am cutting them, but you must stop running back into them. Just one more time, invites another chain. But one, yes, to me breaks them all. I do not condemn you, I rescue you. I do not shame you, I cleanse you. My mercy is the fire that burns the rope before judgment ever touches it. But mercy is a door, not a floor. It opens for a time, then closes for protection. Walk through while it is open. Do not say, I will change later. Later is a lie whispered by the serpent to those he plans to keep asleep. The truth is now. Every heartbeat carries eternity inside it. Every breath could become the moment that defines forever. Hear Michael's cry in the spirit, the gates are shifting. Choose your side. The armies of light are aligning, and neutrality no longer exists. Silence in obedience is still obedience, but silence in rebellion is agreement with darkness. Which will you choose? I have placed before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life, not by words but by movement. Delete what tempts you. End what poisons you. Forgive who wounded you. Return what you stole, even if it is just time. Holiness is not perfection, it is alignment with my heart. Listen to me closely, child. When I said, stop right now, it wasn't a metaphor. I meant stop. Stop scrolling. Stop planning without me. Stop trying to silence the trembling inside your chest. That trembling is the sound of your spirit remembering who it belongs to. Every distraction you run toward promises relief but delivers exhaustion. You keep feeding your mind noise when what you need is stillness. Be still, for in stillness you will hear my heartbeat again. I have watched you rush through days as if eternity were delayed, yet I tell you the moment of decision has already begun. My protection has surrounded you in ways you never saw, accidents avoided, temptations interrupted, diseases diverted, people sent to hold you back from the edge. But each time you said, it's just luck, the shield dimmed. Gratitude strengthens protection, pride punctures it. Remember this, I resist the proud but draw near to the humble. The safest place in creation is humility. I know the secret fears you hide, the guilt you think disqualifies you, the memories you replay until shame becomes your bedtime prayer. I have seen every tear fall onto pillows that carried no peace. I was there, whispering, I still want you. That whisper is not cancelled. I am not done. The enemy wants you to believe you have gone too far, but distance does not intimidate me. One genuine yes pulls you back faster than years of wandering ever pushed you away. Do not mistake my patience for absence. When you felt I was silent, I was building circumstances that would bring you face to face with this very message. I have arranged time itself to reach you now. The warning is proof of worth. Hell does not chase the worthless. You are targeted because you are chosen. You ask, why does God always warn with urgency? Because love never watches destruction approach in silence. If a child stands on train tracks, love does not whisper, it shouts. That shout is mercy wearing the volume of thunder. I am that thunder now. Wake up. Return. The track beneath you is beginning to tremble. You prayed for signs, so I gave them, the strange unease before certain choices, the repeated dreams, the sudden interruptions that ruined your plans but saved your soul. Every delay you cursed was a divine blockade. I have kept you from certain rooms because demons waited there disguised as opportunities. You thought I was withholding, I was shielding. Michael's wings still hover above you, but his patience mirrors mine. Angels do not tire, but they respect your will. If you insist on darkness, they withdraw, not in anger but in obedience to justice. I weep when they step back, for I see what you cannot, a future unguarded. Yet even then, if you call my name, they will return faster than lightning crossing the sky. That is how desperate heaven is to keep you alive. Now breathe. Feel the weight of my presence pressing gently around you. That warmth spreading through your chest is not imagination, it is the evidence of forgiveness already forming. You do not need grand gestures to return, just honesty. Say, Lord, I am tired of pretending. That sentence alone opens the gate. I built no maze for you to crawl through. The road home is a single turn of the heart. Let me speak about the 10 seconds once more. Spiritually, you are within them now. They are not 10 moments of terror but 10 opportunities for surrender. With each heartbeat you decide whether to trust or to drift. My grace shortens distance, your resistance lengthens danger. Do not gamble with mercy. Mercy is a currency that must be received, not stored. Look into the world around you, see how deception dresses itself as wisdom, how rebellion hides behind the word freedom. The generation you live in glorifies self-rule, but self cannot save itself. I came to bear the burden you were never built to carry. Let me carry it again. You were not created for endless proving. You were created for communion. The highest achievement of humanity is intimacy with its Creator. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for proximity. Draw near, and everything toxic will lose its flavor. Light exposes infection without effort. Just come closer, and what binds you will fall away. You have felt the battle in the unseen, the sudden heaviness when you tried to pray, the strange tiredness that fell over your mind each time you reached for my word. That is not coincidence. It is resistance, and it rises whenever light begins to break through. Archangel Michael has fought through layers of darkness to reach you with this message. His sword has carved open a space around your spirit so that these words can reach you unfiltered by fear. Right now, heaven leans close. My child, do you feel how time slows in my presence? Every second stretches wide enough for mercy to fit inside. I am not counting the number of times you failed. I am counting the number of times you still turn toward me. Each turning moves angels into position. You think I measure worth by perfection, I measure it by surrender. The ones who fall and rise again shine brighter than those who never fought a battle, because humility refracts my glory more clearly than pride ever could. You have asked, Lord, why does the warning sound so heavy? Because the weight of glory is heavy too. You cannot carry destiny lightly. What I am building through you demands purity of intention, clarity of heart. If I allowed compromise to remain, it would collapse under the very blessing you prayed for. So I am purging before I promote. What feels like loss is the removal of rot. Do not fear discipline, fear distance. When I correct you, it proves connection. When I am silent, it means you've stepped out of range. Come back into range. Speak my name aloud. Say it until peace returns, Jesus, I'm listening again. That one sentence reopens every channel between heaven and your heart. There is a moment, right now, when the spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting. Michael is repositioning his wings. The air thickens because heaven's light compresses darkness before it leaves. If you could see what moves beside you, you would fall to your knees, not in terror but in awe. Legions stand ready, waiting for your agreement. Say, yes, Lord, I receive your covering, and watch how quickly fear begins to retreat. You were not created to live half-protected. Full protection requires full surrender. Half obedience builds holes in the armor where arrows slip through. That is why I told you to stop. Stop negotiating with what has already proven poisonous. Stop asking me to bless what I am trying to bury. Let it die. I resurrect only what belongs to the kingdom, everything else must fade. Listen carefully, every warning from heaven is also an invitation. When I say stop, I also mean start again with me. Do not linger in regret. Regret looks backward, repentance moves forward. I am ahead of you, not behind you. Step into the space I've prepared, and you will feel peace rush in like oxygen after suffocation. Child, I see the exhaustion behind your strength. You've carried expectations, shame, comparisons, and the need to prove yourself. Lay them down. Even angels rest between assignments. You are allowed to rest in grace. I never asked you to perform holiness, I asked you to live in relationship. When you breathe in faith and exhale gratitude, you are already worshiping. The protection you are about to lose if you ignore this is not punishment, it is consequence. A shield cannot cover someone running in the opposite direction. Every step away from me places you under open skies where storms are free to strike. But one turn back, even whispered, pulls the shield over you again. My mercy travels faster than your rebellion. Hear this truth and let it settle deep. I am not trying to scare you, I am trying to save you. Fear may start the journey, but love must finish it. Perfect love casts out fear because love chooses to stay even when warned. I am that love, and I am still here. Now, take this final moment of today and let it seal in your soul. You are seen, you are wanted, and you are not too late. The next breath you take can become the first breath of restoration. You have no idea how much of heaven bends toward you in this moment. Every time you whispered my name in pain, a record was kept, not for judgment, but for mercy. Those cries have reached completion, now they echo through eternity calling for fulfillment. Michael heard them, Gabriel heard them, and I have come to answer. When I tell you stop, I am not taking something away, I am halting what was about to destroy the harvest meant for you. You were seconds from a decision that would have rewritten years of preparation. I intervened because destiny cannot be rebuilt easily once scattered. My mercy stepped between you and the consequence forming in secret. That is why this warning feels heavier than words, it carries the weight of a future I refuse to lose. Do you remember when you first believed I was real? That spark of innocence? That unguarded awe? I am bringing you back there, not to make you small again, but to make you pure again. The world has taught you to harden your heart in the name of survival, but the hardened cannot feel direction. Softness is not weakness, it is sensitivity to the divine current. Michael stands behind you now, his sword lowered, waiting. His silence is not withdrawal, it is reverence for your choice. Angels cannot override will, they serve it. If you lift your heart even slightly, he will move like lightning. The darkness pressing against your mind will scatter so fast you'll wonder if it was ever real. Let me show you something. Picture your life as a field at dawn. Mist hangs low, dew glistens, and the first light of day touches everything hidden. That light is my truth. You cannot plant fear in that soil anymore, it will not grow. Only faith takes root in light. But you must stop inviting shadows to teach you wisdom. Shadows only teach survival, I teach victory. I know what has tempted you, the approval, the comfort, the illusion of control. I am dismantling each false altar, one by one. When everything unnecessary falls, what remains is me and you, and that is enough. You were never meant to juggle eternity and vanity at the same time. Choose the eternal. Everything else will find its proper size when placed beneath glory. My protection is not a cage, it is a covenant. Within it, you breathe peace even in storms. Outside it, you mistake noise for freedom. I am calling you back into covenant, simple trust, daily surrender, quiet strength. You will not lose what is truly yours by obeying me, you will only lose what was secretly draining you. So pause now. Feel the air steady. This stillness is holy. I am pressing my mark upon your spirit, a seal that no darkness can counterfeit. You are mine, and that will never change, but your awareness of me must awaken again. Take these next few breaths and let my voice settle deeper than your thoughts. When you rise from this moment, rise lighter. When you step forward, step knowing you are shielded again. And when the world shouts louder tomorrow, remember this, I am still speaking in the quiet. My warnings are love in motion. My protection is love in armor. My final word to you tonight is this, stay within the sound of my voice, and nothing formed against you will stand. Now the fire of warning softens into the warmth of restoration. I have not come only to expose danger, I have come to rebuild what fear has broken. You have carried fragments of yourself, pieces of identity scattered through years of disappointment. But I am gathering them now, every shard that cut you will be fused by my light. The same voice that said stop now says rise. You will rise not as who you were, but as who you were meant to be before pain rewrote your confidence. Every lie spoken over you is dissolving in this presence. Listen, what you thought was punishment was pruning. What felt like silence was strategy. I have been shaping you in shadows so that when light returns, you will not burn but shine. I am restoring your clarity. Confusion has been your enemy's favorite weapon because clarity reveals calling. I declare over you, the fog lifts now. You will see decisions for what they truly are, life or death, purpose or distraction, peace or poison. You will no longer stumble through cycles pretending they are seasons. Child, I am breathing new rhythm into your days. The heaviness that made mornings hard to face is breaking. You will wake with purpose again. Michael has already moved ahead, cutting through opposition that waited to meet you tomorrow. Every step you take in obedience multiplies protection around you. Do not fear starting small. I build kingdoms from mustard seeds. I write destinies from whispers. The miracle is not in magnitude but in obedience. Walk faithfully in the little, and I will magnify it beyond your imagination. I am healing the wound that made you distrust my timing. You saw others run ahead and thought I had forgotten you, but delay is not denial, it is preparation disguised as patience. You were never behind, you were being built to last. Now hear me clearly, this warning that began in urgency ends in covenant. I have drawn a line of light around your life again. What crosses it must answer to me. Every curse breaks, every chain loosens, every shadow flees. You are protected because you finally listened. Do not look back. The season of regret is closed. The new chapter begins where surrender was spoken. Your story will not end in warning, it will end in worship. My final word in this moment is not, stop, it is, start. Start loving again, start trusting again, start walking again. The shield you almost lost is now stronger than ever. The angels rejoice because one who was drifting has turned homeward. So go forward under heaven's light. Speak gently, live purely, walk boldly. I am with you, and I will not leave. You are sealed, safe, and seen. Child, you have stood in warning, now stand in promise. The same light that exposed danger now opens the path ahead. I, the Lord, am not finished with you, I am only beginning. Every tear you thought was wasted became a seed in the soil of purpose. Watch how quickly life begins to grow from the places that once felt barren. I am restoring your vision. You will see beyond survival and glimpse destiny. I will show you what all the delays were building, endurance that hell cannot counterfeit. You will no longer chase open doors, I will bring them to you, and you will know they are mine because peace will guard their threshold. Michael still stands nearby, wings folded now, not in tension but in triumph. His watch has shifted from defense to escort. He will walk before you as paths straighten, guarding you from unseen snares. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity, where there was striving, there will be steady strength. You must remember this rhythm: warning, surrender, restoration, sending. You have passed through the first three, now I send you. Not to prove yourself, but to shine light into places still bound by fear. Speak what you have heard, gentle words, but truthful ones. Someone else's turning point will begin because you dared to tell how mercy interrupted you. Do not shrink back when opposition rises again. The storms will return, but now you know where the shelter is. Run to my voice, not to distraction. Keep the covenant alive with gratitude. Gratitude is the language of protected hearts. In the coming days, I will whisper new instructions. They may seem small, almost ordinary. Obey them anyway. Every small yes builds a fortress around your future. Angels move on obedience, not emotion. Let your worship become simple again, no performance, just presence. When you lift your hands, even in weakness, Michael draws his sword higher. Every genuine praise strengthens heaven's perimeter around you. And when night falls and the old fears try to speak, remember this word: I am still here. Say it aloud, and peace will return like a familiar friend. You are not on probation, you are on purpose. Walk as one who has been rescued for a reason. My protection remains not because you earned it, but because you finally embraced it. Go now, with the assurance of divine companionship. The warning has become witness, the fear has turned to fire, and the fire will light your path. Now that your heart is steady again, let me show you what lies beyond the warning. Every act of obedience has a ripple. You may think it is small, but heaven measures differently. When one heart realigns with mine, entire generations shift. You are not being restored only for yourself, you are being positioned for impact. The season you are entering is not about proving worth but about releasing light. I am sending you into places where people have forgotten what truth feels like. You will not need to argue, your peace will preach louder than your words. When others see calm in you while storms rage, they will know heaven is real. Michael walks ahead, opening unseen doors. You will step into opportunities that once seemed impossible. But hear me, do not rush through them. Every divine door requires divine pace. Move when I say move, pause when I whisper wait. Impatience is the enemy's last weapon. He cannot stop you anymore, so he tries to speed you out of rhythm. I am planting ideas, callings, and assignments within you. They may come as gentle impressions, dreams, or sudden clarity during quiet moments. Write them down. Protect them. These are seeds of the future. Do not share them with everyone, not all can handle what heaven entrusts to you. Some will misunderstand, but do not defend yourself, light never explains itself to shadows. Child, I am teaching you to discern my tone in a noisy world. My voice will always carry peace, even when it corrects. Confusion and anxiety do not come from me. Learn to recognize stillness as guidance. When everything around you shakes, quiet will be your compass. Do not think small anymore. I will expand your influence, not for fame, but for faith. You will carry hope where cynicism has reigned, love where bitterness has lived, healing where fear has wounded. The very things that once attacked you will now serve your ministry. Pain will become language, scars will become proof. As you move forward, remember, my protection travels with obedience. Keep your hands clean, your motives pure, your heart humble. Do not chase applause, chase alignment. The safest place remains under my shadow. Michael and the hosts assigned to you are now at ease but watchful. The battlefield has shifted from rescue to purpose. You will feel the difference, less panic, more peace, less striving, more flow. This is what grace feels like when finally believed. My child, the warning that began with urgency has birthed destiny. What was almost lost is now secured. Live aware, walk grateful, and speak gently. The world needs the calm of someone who has truly heard heaven. Now listen closely, beloved. You have been restored, but restoration is only the beginning. I am now clothing you with divine authority. This authority is not loud, not boastful, not something the world can measure. It is quiet power born from submission. It is the strength that moves mountains because it first bowed before me. Archangel Michael still walks beside you, but his posture has changed. No longer a warrior defending a collapsing wall, he now stands as a guardian of royal ground. You are walking in kingdom territory again, and that requires awareness. Every word you speak carries weight, every decision you make ripples through spiritual realms. Be intentional. Speak life. Refuse gossip, bitterness, or careless declarations. Your authority is rooted in humility. The moment pride creeps in, the light around you dims. Stay low and the covering remains high. Do not try to control outcomes, I control them. Your task is obedience, mine is outcome. When you move in obedience, angels move in alignment. The flow of heaven is order, not chaos. I am teaching your hands to build again. The dreams you thought were gone are not dead, they were only dormant, waiting for purified motives. You will notice new inspiration, ideas, even people crossing your path unexpectedly. These are divine alignments. Do not overthink them, recognize my fingerprint in timing that feels too precise to be coincidence. That is how you will know heaven's involvement. Authority also means discernment. I will sharpen your spirit to sense what is holy and what is hollow. You will walk into rooms and feel the unseen atmosphere shift. Do not fear it, you carry light strong enough to expose what darkness hides. When you enter, peace will follow. When you speak, confusion will bow. But remember, it is not your strength doing this, it is mine flowing through you. Do not engage every battle. Some wars end best through silence. Michael fights unseen while you stay still in faith. Trust his unseen work. While you rest, angels war. While you obey, heaven enforces. That is how spiritual authority operates, effortless victory through alignment, not striving. You will begin to sense when my presence increases, it will feel like sudden stillness, a soft pressure in the air, a peace that silences thought. When that happens, stop whatever you're doing. Listen. That's when I'm near. You will hear instructions that can alter your future in a single whisper. The authority I give is not for domination, but restoration. Use your influence to lift others, to free the bound, to love the broken. Power misused turns to pride, but power surrendered becomes presence. I am raising you to be my representative, a voice that carries warmth, not weaponry. And when weariness visits again, because it will, remember what brought you here, surrender. Surrender is never a one-time event, it is a rhythm. Every day, whisper, Lord, I yield again. That simple act keeps the covering fresh and the authority pure. You are no longer merely protected, you are commissioned. Heaven trusts you now, not because you are flawless, but because you are faithful. Heaven's decree over your new season: walk in quiet power. Speak in gentle truth. Rule through love. And wherever you go, know that Michael walks beside you still. Now that you walk in authority, you must learn how to keep it alive. Power without presence fades, authority without communion weakens. What I give can only be sustained by relationship. So listen, child, this is how you remain under the light that now surrounds you. Begin each day by remembering who woke you. The first breath you take is a gift, not a guarantee. Whisper, "Thank you, Lord." Gratitude opens the heavens faster than any ritual. When you thank me, you align your heart with the flow of grace. Gratitude is the language of trust, and trust invites protection. Spend time with me, not as a task but as a meeting with a friend who already loves you. You do not need perfect words, you need honest ones. Tell me what hurts, what confuses you, what you dream about. I am not distant from your reality, I dwell inside it. Each conversation with me becomes a shield around your mind. Keep my word close. Read it not as a rulebook, but as a letter. Every verse carries a fragment of my breath. When you read, heaven exhales peace into your thoughts. Let my words cleanse the dust of the world from your soul. The more you read, the less noise can deceive you. Guard your heart from comparison. It is a thief of joy and a doorway for pride. Your journey is not identical to another's, and that is holy. I have written a unique melody for your life. If you keep trying to sound like someone else, your song will lose its power. Stay in your rhythm, Michael guards that rhythm with precision. Fasting and prayer are not punishments, they are alignment. When you fast, you silence the voice of flesh so the spirit can hear clearly. When you pray, you breathe divine language. Even a sigh in faith is a prayer angels understand. Do not neglect silence. Many think spiritual maturity means more words, but the wisest carry calm. In silence, you will sense me moving. My whispers are rarely loud because those who truly listen do not need shouting. Forgive quickly. Bitterness corrodes protection from within. The enemy cannot breach your covering from outside, so he tempts you to open it from inside through offense. When you forgive, you close the gate. Sow kindness generously. Every act of love is a decree in heaven's favor. Even unnoticed kindness echoes loudly in eternity. Love is not weakness, it is warfare disguised as compassion. Rest when I say rest. You are not a machine, you are a vessel. Oil burns out when never replenished. Sleep, breathe, laugh, these are also holy. Balance is not worldly, it is divine design. And above all, stay near me. Do not chase signs, chase my heart. When you stay close, you won't need to ask where I am, you will sense me in everything. Your daily communion with me will keep the flame alive. The more you seek, the clearer your vision becomes. You will discern lies before they speak, and you will walk through chaos with calm eyes. I am not asking for perfection, I am asking for presence. Stay present with me, and no darkness will surprise you again.